Doncic finds the opening, and he puts it down.
10 things you didn't know about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is the closest thing we have seen to a prime LeBron James on offense. The 21-year-old superstar earned a massive honor earlier this year when he was named All-Star starter for the second consecutive year. But there are some things about Luka that not everyone knows. Let's check out the 10 things you didn't know about Luka Doncic. Number 10. He switched from soccer. Basketball was his first sport as a kid, but it wasn't the only one he enjoyed. Another of his favorite sports was soccer. But unfortunately, or not, Luka chose to stop playing football because he was simply too tall, focusing instead on basketball. Marion Potterman, Lucas's mother, believed her son was born to play basketball. Her exact height is unclear, but given that Lucas's father stands at 6'7", it's not surprising that he grew up to reach the same height. This was the defining moment for Luka to move his focus entirely to basketball, which now seems like a good thing because we wouldn't have seen any Luka magic if he had stayed with soccer. Number 9. His jersey number. Luka chose number 77 out of the many more common jersey numbers available to him. Was there ever a good player who wore that number before? Or is this an indication that Luka wants to forge his own path? Well, not precisely, because he isn't wearing 77 for the first time. Doncic grew up wearing the number 7, which has always been his favorite number, because his boyhood hero, European player Vasilis Spaniolis, also wore it. Luka wore 7 at Real Madrid, although veteran Klemen Prepelic was already wearing 7 when he made it to the senior Slovenian national team. Given that he was a veteran and had first dibs, Luka chose to add another 7 to his own, making the number 77. When Luka arrived in the NBA, he discovered that the Mavericks colleague Dwight Powell was already wearing number 7, forcing Luka to return to number 77. But hey, they say 2 is always better than 1, so it's not that bad after all. Number 8. How did it all start? Luka seems like he was born to play basketball. Doncic was brought up in the Slovenian capital of Ljubljana. It's reported that he first touched a basketball when he was just 7 months old. His father, Sasa Doncic, a former basketball player who played for several Slovenian, Serbian, and French clubs, was very pleased to see this. After his on-court retirement in 2010, Sasa transitioned to a head coaching career, but he had already put his coaching skills to good use during his son's early years. And by the time Luka was 1, he was already playing and shooting around and had a small hoop in his bed. It's not difficult to see why Doncic is so successful, given that we know he was working on his game before he had any memory of it. Number 7. The first deal ever. Imagine how good of a player you must be to be handed a deal by perhaps Spain's best basketball club at the age of 13. True, he isn't the only athlete to sign up with a club at this age, but just a few genuinely excellent players can make such a claim. Fewer have gone on to become actual celebrities like Luka. He was required to shift from Slovenia to Spain, a whole new country where he had no relatives or contacts. He didn't speak a word of Spanish when he initially arrived. He was only a child at the time, and the first few months were challenging for him. Luka has mentioned that he had contemplated coming home on numerous occasions. He noted that while all of his friends, school, and family were in Slovenia, learning Spanish made conversing and making new friends simpler. As a result of the experience, Doncic developed significantly faster than most other young prospects, and this maturity made his transition to NBA basketball much simpler. Number 6. The father-son equation. Although his mother, Sasa Doncic, was probably the most influential character in Lucas's upbringing and the primary cause for his son's passion for basketball, the two don't appear to have the best father-son connection. All of this is thought to come from Lucas's parents' divorce when he was just 8 years old. Again, it's unclear what transpired to cause the relationship to become so tumultuous, but it's evident that things haven't been the same ever since. Sasa Doncic wrote a public letter to his son immediately after Luka was conscripted, and it was never flawless. Sasa was unable to be by Lucas's side when he was drafted, but he expressed excitement at the prospect of hearing his son's name called. Surprisingly, Doncic has never spoken publicly about his father's connection with him. This indicates that the connection isn't very close, but we're sure Luka still has a soft spot in his heart for his father. Number 5. Phenomenal debut. Few second-year players can lead their club to the playoffs, and even fewer can outperform every other player in their first series. But Luka Doncic achieved just that. Even though his Mavericks lost in the first round of the 2020 playoffs to the Los Angeles Clippers, Doncic was the best player in the series and put up impressive numbers nearly every game. In Game 1 of the series, Doncic became the rookie with the most points in his playoff debut, scoring 42. Luka then lit up the Clippers in Game 4, scoring 43 points, grabbing 17 rebounds, and dishing out 13 assists before hitting the game-winning buzzer-beater three-pointer to tie the series. After the game, Doncic became the NBA's youngest player to ever hit a playoff buzzer beater, as well as the youngest player to ever post a 40-point triple-double in a playoff game. If Kristaps Porzingis hadn't been disqualified early in the game and afterwards sustained a right knee injury, the Mavs may have arguably won the series. In any case, Luka made a strong first impression in the playoffs. Number 4. Luka's tattoos. Even though Doncic's tattoo collection has grown after his relocation to the United States, he already had acquired a couple when he was a member of Real Madrid. Doncic has 7 tattoos, each of which holds personal importance for him. Luka has a tattoo on his wrist that reads "Non desistis, non exieris," which means never give up, never surrender, and serves as a part of his daily motivation in his pursuit for excellence. Luka has a tiger tattoo above this sentence, and he has stated that he adores these creatures, jokingly suggesting that he would one day own one just like Mike Tyson. Luka has the number 7 tattooed on the same arm as the number he wore at Real Madrid, and now wears double in the NBA. Luka has a tattoo depicting the European continent on his right arm, which serves as a constant reminder of his origins. He had the Eurobasket 2017 trophy tattooed on the right side of his body, after helping Slovenia win a gold medal. Number 3. He's a hardcore video gamer. Doncic, like the majority of modern teenagers, grew up playing video games. Even though he's now a world-class basketball superstar, he still finds time to play video games. Luka spends approximately 2 to 3 hours per day playing games from various genres such as Call of Duty and Fortnite. But his 2 favorite series are the FIFA series, which stems from his childhood love of soccer, and Overwatch. He stated that he plays Overwatch so frequently that he could be a professional. And while he's not a huge fan of the NBA 2K series, he stated that he already played as himself in the game, which he described as a dream come true. Number 2. He's a parent. Doncic took in a little Pomeranian dog that had once belonged to his girlfriend. The couple then welcomed a new Swiss Shepherd puppy into their home. Hugo is the name of the little male dog, whereas Gia is the name of the female shepherd. The dogs are adored and cared for by both Luka and Anna Maria, as if they were their own children. The pair adores Hugo and Gia so much that they've created Instagram accounts dedicated to their pets. Number 1. The love of his life. Luka has been in a long-term relationship with Slovenian model Anna Marie Goltz, although many people believe he's still single. The two have known each other since they were in their early teenage years. However, it's unknown when they first met. They met at the 2017 Eurobasket tournament, and after splitting up in early 2018, they rekindled later that year and are currently living together. Anna came to Dallas with Doncic after he joined the Mavericks in late 2018, and the two have been living together since then. She usually goes to games to support her partner, and the two are planning to get married soon. After all, they have their entire lives planned out and have been together for several years, barring any unforeseen situations. So, what do you think? What do you make of these facts about Luka Doncic? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and like us. I'll see you on the channel next time. Until then, it's goodbye.